What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Rotoman. I'm your host, Zach Moore, here talking about the Bank of America Roval 400 Mile. A lot has happened in this race. Stuff to talk about, lots of stuff to talk about. Beginning of stage one, pre-race news. The turtles in the front stretch chicane were taken out. Drivers were talking about it was way too rough going over those things like a concussion every time you hit them. So NASCAR put in some rumble strips. I also do apologize for my voice. I have a little bit of a cold, a little bit of a sore throat. So I apologize if it sounds a little scratchy. But with those changes, did lead to a lot of drivers' confusion about what the ruling was. If all four tires were in the blue, that was a penalty. If so, you had any part of your tire in the red or white curbing, you were good to go. So there was some confusion there. We did end up seeing some penalties in stage one because of that. So stage one begins. We see SVG take control of the lead. But yeah, stage one, we had no bait wrecks, no cautions, no nothing. Straightforward, but we did see some penalties with Martin Truex and Bubba Wallace cutting the course, going too deep into the rumble strips in the front stretch chicane. And do a stop and go penalty, I believe that's what it was. We saw Alex Bowman get massively airborne in the front stretch chicane. The final kind of turn there, turn 17, there is still turtles there. So he got launched there, and he must have some pieces that came off his car there. So it was a big moment there in stage two. Then our green flag pit stops, we saw a bunch of cars pit early before that stage. Kyle Larson, SVG, AJ Allmendinger, a lot of the leaders. I felt like they were in a position to win this race, pit early. But it's what led Tyler Reddick to winning this stage, getting crucial stage points. Joey Logano finished second, Chase Elliott third, Ryan Blaney fourth, and then Kyle Larson finishing fifth in the stage. He jumped SVG on the pit stop cycle there, finishing fifth, and then SVG sixth, Ty Gibbs seventh, AJ Allmendinger eighth, and then we have Brad Keselowski ninth, and then Austin Cindric 10th. Then stage two, Kyle Larson leads the field off. And then early in stage two, we saw Tyler Reddick lock up the tires in turn 7, smacking the Denny. Austin Dillon spins out, bunch of chaos. Austin Dillon got clipped by Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick locked up the tires, got airborne, hit his boss, Denny Hamlin. A wild situation that ended up costing Tyler Reddick to come down pit road and then check out his toe link. I believe he ended up replacing him. He lost a ton of spots, a ton of points. He ended up being minus 18, and that was a crucial point in this race. Almost ruined Denny Hamlin's day, but he had minor damage and nothing where he had to come down pit road. And then later in stage two, we saw Chase Briscoe a tire go down, ended up having a pit. There was debris on the track, and that I don't know what happened from that. I think he had some mechanical issues later in this race. He was a no factor. Ended up DNFing from this race. Just a disappointing round two of the playoffs for Chase Briscoe. And then we had a restart there, and we saw a lot of cars. Keselowski, Keselowski got spun out. We saw Daniel Suarez get used up in the backstretch chicane by Bubba Wallace. Then we have seen green flag pit stops, and then we saw the leaders pit again, the Kyle Larsons, the SVGs. And that's what led Alex Bowman winning stage two. AJ Allmendinger second, Joey Logano third, Chase Elliott fourth, fifth, Bubba Wallace sixth, Ryan Blaney seventh, Austin Cindric eighth, Michael McDowell, ninth, Kyle Busch, and then 10th, Kyle Larson. And then the end of stage two, we saw Joey Logano then stay out for the beginning of stage three due to points. And that's when we saw Tyler Reddick. They made enough changes to now kind of be in position to hopefully try to make up spots. It was a really interesting points battle going to stage three. But then early in stage three, after the restart, we saw a big old pile stack up there in the front stretch chicane that had to do with both legacy motor clubs. Both got torn up. I believe were both DNF after that wreck, which the caution was due to debris, but those guys were destroyed, torn up. Just a terrible look for Legacy Motor Club. They're definitely ready for next season. They're going to restart, and now this is where it's all setting up. Joey Logano was staying out. He's going to go and gamble and risk it on older tires. There's a bunch of cars behind him that can pass him on newer tires, but due to the fact it's hard to pass, he's hoping to be able to hold them off. And then we have Tyler Reddick. They're getting their car back to at least a certain percent where they can be competitive and they can make passes. So now you have Tyler Reddick who can now pass people, and now Joey Logano on older tires, round 5th and 6th place, trying to just maintain. He doesn't have the speed to pass cars. He's just trying not to get passed. And Reddick's trying to make the passes up. And we saw a great battle there, just watching those two kind of, we saw Reddick was the one that was able to make passes. He was in the back of the field. He was being aggressive, using the bumper, sliding around. It was entertaining as crap. Then we saw a caution with Austin Dillon with just under 30 to go. He had a loose wheel. They were trying to get a tie on pit road, trying to stop him. He didn't see him, that they were stopping him, and the wheel came off. With that caution, we saw Tyrann's crew chief Billy Scott make a great strategy call, bring back Tyrann back down pit road, put on 4 new tires, and start over. But he was going to have a way better tires against the field. Joey stuck in the mud with having a Dominates SVG on fresher tires behind him, running him down. And then we just saw Tyrann put on a masterclass, putting down passes, making moves. Joey just stuck, getting passed by a couple of cars. Reddick making the passes. Reddick got up there, inside the top 20, past his boss. Joey falling back. It was just incredible, the intensity of that moment. I know I'm kind of grazing by it, but it was an important moment watching Tyrann, who we thought, he was in trouble. From that mistake early in stage 2, I thought he was in trouble. But they found a way to make that car better, put him in a situation where he could be on the offense and not on the defense. Like Joey Logano, he was on the defense. He couldn't do anything. He was just stuck there, and the guys behind him were on the offense. And that just, Joey did everything he possibly could with where he was in points and where he was in the track. But Tyrann just having a better overall season, playoffs, put himself in position to make those passes, and then put himself in position to be up like 4+ coming down the final laps. And then Kyle Larson, all I'm talking about, Kyle Larson put on a freaking clinic, led over 40+ laps, and won the race. And Tyrann moved on, and Joey Logano was eliminated. We look at our finishing order. Kyle Larson first. I was wrong. He led 162 laps. I believe he led the last 40+ laps. But a dominating finish by Kyle Larson. Second, Christopher Bell, a quiet day. Willie Byron third, another quiet day, but a good day. Austin Cindric just had a great car, but just not good enough in the past 2 races on points. He's eliminated from the playoffs. Chase Elliott fifth, another solid day. 6 Asia over there, 7 SVG. SVG got spun around by Carson Hocevar later in stage 3. Joey Logano finishing 8th. Like we already talked about, just had older tires. Wasn't going to be able to go forward. Only place to go was backwards. Reddick was going forward, and just didn't work out for Joey Logano. Bubba Wallace, 9th. 10th, Ryan Blaney moves on to the round 8. Solid day. Did what he had to do, got the stage points. Those were valuable. I think he had like 16 stage points, so that was important. Stayed and kept his track position too. 11th, Tyrann, we talked about his incredible run at the end. Passing cars, making moves, driving aggressive, and it all paid off, and he's going to the round of 8. 12, Carson Hocevar. 13, Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin, 14th. Wow, what a run for Denny Hamlin. People were doubting him, worried about him. He came in plus 30, had some struggles. Didn't get any stage points at all in this entire race, but just kept his track position, stayed up front, made no mistakes, and now he's going to round 8, where every single track is a place he can win. 15, Michael McDowell. 16, Ricky Stenhouse. 17, Chris Buescher. 18, Tom Gillen. Zane Smith, 19. 20, Harrison Burton. 21st, Martin Truex. Josh Berry, 21st. Brian Sossi, 23rd. 24th, Daniel Hemrick. Ryan Preece, 25th. Justin Haley, 26th. 27th, Cass Gralla. 28th, Ross Chastain. 29th, Josh Bilicki. 30th, Daniel Suarez. Man, just a tough day for Daniel Suarez, finishing 30th. I think he had some brake issues. Brake fluid was draining out. Just didn't have the pace. Had some mechanical issues. Just not overall, just not a great weekend, not a great day for Daniel Suarez, and he is also another driver eliminated. 31st, Noah Gragson. Austin Hill, 32nd. 33rd, Eric Jones. 34th, John Nemechek. 35th, Ty Gibbs. 36th, Chase Briscoe. Look, Chase Briscoe, like we talked about, just didn't have a good car. Had some mechanical issues that cost him, and just not an overall good round for Chase Briscoe. He's not moving on. 37th, Corey Joy. And then 38th is Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman had a great day. Won stage 2. And then what happened to Alex Bowman? Well, Alex Bowman has been DQ'd, disqualified. During post-race inspection, Alex Bowman's car was too light for NASCAR standards, and he is disqualified, finishes last place. Also, his stage 2 victory does not count towards points, and that means Joey Logano is moving on to the round of 8. Alex Bowman had a great round, had an incredible playoff so far, and now it's all over due to the car being too light. Hedger Motorsports did come out with a statement. We are working to understand the issue and will make a decision Monday about whether to submit an appeal. Yes, Hedger Motorsports could submit an appeal to appeal this penalty. There is some speculation during the stage 1 where Alex Bowman hit the turtle in turn 17 and got airborne. There was some debris that came off the car. And I guess that could be a reason for why the car was lighter. Pieces coming off. And I don't know how that works. How does NASCAR rule that? How does NASCAR judge that? When the appeals panel really overturned this penalty due to Alex Bowman getting airborne and losing debris? I don't know how that works. But this is a really big deal for Joey Logano. He was out. But now he's back in. And now he has a chance to continue racing for a championship. And on the other hand, Hedger Motorsports had all 4 cars in the next round. And now they only have 3. Just a really disappointing thing for Alex Bowman. Had a great playoffs. Great round of 16, great round of 12, going to the round of 8, and now he's out due to the car being too light. Nothing he could do. But we'll see with the appeals panel. See how that works out. NASCAR didn't really give any specifics on, the full details of how much the car actually weighed, because they can't give out too much because there's still a chance that Hedger Motorsports can appeal. The appeal would take place on Wednesday, so we would find out before the next race for Las Vegas whether or not Alex Bowman is officially eliminated from the round of 8 or would it be overturned in Alex Bowman's favor. Now we look at our playoff standings going into the round of 8. Joey Logano currently right now is -11. Chase Elliott -9. Denny Hamlin -8. Ryan Blaney -4. And then we get in the plus. William Byron +4. Tyler +10, Christopher Bell +13, Kyle Larson +33. Kyle Larson, I feel the most comfortable going to the Final Four. He has 33 plus points on the cut line, man. And he's going to be going to Las Vegas, a track he's super good at. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, it's really a toss-up. You can't, every single track here, I feel like anyone in this top 8 can win at. And now that Team Penske has an additional car, that could help them on overall performance there. To see how this all plays out in the next 3 races. I'll give you my championship 4 picks later in the week, man. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I'm happy we're finally back at normal racetracks. The bread and butter of the NASCAR Cup Series. Las Vegas, 1.5 miles. Homestead, 1.5 miles. Martinsville, short track. Good old racing, man. I can't wait for it, man. Let's go. Overall, back to this race, my rolling rate, the roll of the race. I mean, if we take this in overall, the race was pretty good. The turn 7 made for more drama. There was a lot of excitement in turn 7. It definitely made for a messy type turn there, because I felt like any playoff guy could have got clipped there and ruined their playoffs because of it. It almost ruined a couple of drivers. Now more for their wrongdoing, but definitely could have cost some drivers a chance of moving on. But overall, I thought this race was good. We only had like a couple of cautions. We had a couple of debris cautions and had like one big crash with the Legacy Motor Club cars, but nothing else. Overall, definitely one of the better Roval races. Was it one of the best Roval races of all time? No. But it was still a very good race. I'm going to give this a 7.8. Very good. But definitely the last part of this race was boring. But I do think the playoff battle really made you on the edge of your seat because you didn't know what could happen. So that's probably what made this race better than if it was a normal regular season race. I would say this is pretty meh, but not bad. We'll see if this Roval continues. The new changes on the track, I would say that made this race better. But 7.8 for the rolly rate. Overall, that's a wrap on today's video, guys. My voice is gone. I have a whole lot of editing to do. Goodbye.